This is the scene there live in Waltham Abbey. A huge fire ablaze there as firefighters are struggling to tackle that. That in Essex, some half an hour away from the east side of London. If you are heading that way, the Sainsbury's distribution point there, it is called Waltham Point, employs some 750 people there. So that's the scene of activity in terms of the situation unfolding with firefighters trying to keep that under control there. And that unfortunately has been replicated perhaps on a smaller scale, but in other areas of the capital, with fires reported in the west and still again in the south, where Will Grant was just speaking to us some moments ago.
Has quietened down in Clapham. In fact, things were so far under control that I've actually moved to another area in the city, another hot point which you've already referred to, which is Ealing. Now, Ealing, currently I arrived in what I can only describe as the aftermath of hours worth of looting or serious looting. You can probably hear the sirens approaching behind me. There are large numbers of police here now. I've counted, I'd say, about 10 different trucks of police vehicles coming through, as well as fire trucks. There is a police cordon which I'm standing in front of at the moment, and we understand there's been serious looting and fires.
Was some reports coming to us that a railway station in the area of Handsworth of Birmingham was also set alight, with local people and businesses affected there. They are apparently working closely with Birmingham City Council, West Midlands Fire Service and West Midlands Ambulance Service to keep across the situation there. Within the last hour, the police force in Liverpool, Merseyside police, have also given us some information about violence that has broken out there. We haven't got an idea of numbers yet at the moment in Liverpool, but Merseyside police said they are urging people to stay away from the city centre as scenes of violence they're describing as mass violence has broken out. Riot police apparently working to contain a crowd. We are getting an idea of numbers of some 300 people that have descended in Liverpool as well. But you are now watching live coverage of the scene in Croydon, where firefighters from the London Fire Brigade are trying to tackle a blaze in North Croydon, which has taken place there. We've just slightly gone out of shot because of plumes of smoke just covering that huge blaze there in Croydon. But earlier on, there was a furniture shop in Croydon in the south of the town that was affected and completely burnt out and gutted as well. Reports also of violence and scenes of other cars being set alight and shops being looted in Hackney, south of London. These are live pictures coming into us here at BBC News. It's from our helicopter, showing us scenes there of a burning building, we understand, in the north part of Croydon. You may, if you've been following our broadcasts over the last 5 or 6 hours, see those shocking scenes of a furniture shop that was set alight in Croydon. A huge blaze there affected one major part of Croydon City, Croydon Town Centre. This is in reportedly the north of Croydon. Yeah, those scenes are live, very worrying indeed. As we can see, a number of firefighters and London Fire Brigade on the scene there. And Croydon has really suffered in the last few hours, particularly with buildings being set alight. And we're not quite sure what building that is alight, but it does appear to cover a significant stretch of that road there, and completely burnt out and gutted there. Firefighters clearly tackling to keep that blaze under control, but disturbances still reported in the area of Croydon, alongside numerous other areas across the capital. It does in fact seem that there isn't perhaps an area that has been unaffected by the disturbances from east to south, north to west of London, and now other parts of the UK as well. You are watching BBC News as we bring you special coverage of scenes unfolding in London as the violence and the looting continues in the capital. And this the scene live in Croydon, where we see yet again another major building set alight by what is now being called protesters or looters in the area. We will, of course, keep you up to date with this breaking news. Stay with us. You're watching BBC News. We are bringing you continuous coverage of the scenes that are unfolding in London. In the early hours, it is now approaching 1:30 a.m. here in London, and this is a scene as we bring it to you live from the BBC helicopter over the area of Croydon. I should just say that some statistics coming to us just to give you an idea of what has been happening here. Some 1,700 police officers have descended upon the capital to control the outbreaks of violence and looting that have been reported. 225 people so far have been arrested. That coming to us from Scotland Yard. 36 have been charged. That is since the disturbances initially occurred on Saturday night in Tottenham. West Midlands Police reporting that 87 arrests have been made under their force. We did, as our correspondent just told us, Sarah Falkland, hear about disturbances occurring in Birmingham. Several premises there have been attacked, with some shop windows smashed and property stolen in various locations in the city centre.